First Local News Weekly Report with Colette Linden.
Good evening, I'm Colette Linden. Violent crime continues to be a serious concern in Sault Ste. Marie. On July the 20th, Sault Police Services investigated a stabbing in the 600 block of Gooley Avenue. At around 6:45 p.m. last Saturday, police were dispatched to the area and located the accused in the 600 block of Second Line West. A knife was located nearby and seized. 18-year-old Justice Palin was arrested and charged with aggravated assault. An investigation revealed the accused had gotten into an altercation with someone known to them and stabbed them in the torso. The victim was transported to hospital with life-threatening physical injuries. Workers are back on the job in Ontario's main liquor retailer. The union, representing 10,000 of its workers, announced Sunday that members had ratified a new deal with the liquor retailer to end a strike that had closed its stores for 2 weeks. About 130 employees work at the local LCBO stores in the Sault and surrounding area. OPSEU had said they believed Premier Doug Ford's plan to expand alcohol sales to convenience and grocery stores would threaten union jobs and the public revenue the LCBO provides to the province. Ford has sped up those plans since the strike began on July the 5th, allowing grocery stores already licensed to sell beer and wine to also sell ready-to-drink cocktail beverages as of Thursday. Meanwhile, the east end of the city will soon have an LCBO store once again. Construction continues on a new LCBO store in the Churchill Plaza. The new store will be a new anchor for the plaza when it moves into the former space formerly occupied by Aaron's Furniture. A permit for the new fit was issued last fall for $1.2 million, but work on renovating the space only began recently. The furniture store moved to this location in the former public library space in the south end of the Churchill Plaza. The Sault Pride Fest kicked off Sunday at the Civic Centre with a large crowd gathered for a flag raising and speeches from various dignitaries, but not everyone was waving the Pride flag. The same person who staged 3 straight days of protests against Sault Ste. Marie's LGBTQ+ community over the Canada Day long weekend tried to dampen the spirit of about 100 Sault Pride participants for the flag raising at City Hall and Pride Walk.
I just want to thank everyone for joining us today. This is a huge turnout. It's a beautiful day for it, and I hope to see every single one of you coming in off the Pride Walk when you get to the pavilion for Loud and Proud Family Fun Day 2024.
Knowing that we haven't always had the city's support. Sault Pride came out of not having the city's support. So knowing that we have it now and so strongly is just incredible.
And I thought to myself, what is the success of a community? The success of a community means that your pride and your perception of public safety continues to increase. And I can tell you, as being chief here for 6 years, the pride, the numbers, the feelings of confidence, the ability for you to walk the streets of this city and feel safe. And number one, know that your chief and your 200 men and women in this police service support you wholeheartedly. And we will never.
We had some of the speakers speaking. You probably heard some of the discord going on at the sidewalk. I mean, it is clear to any of us who are here that when you look at the demographics and the hair color, sorry Terry, I know you share a hair color, but the demographics and the hair color of those protesting and the youthfulness and exuberance of the counter-protesters, that intolerance is the past and acceptance and inclusion is the future. So
priceless. That's the priceless volunteer hours and commitment that has made this week one of the best in Northern Ontario.
We believe, and there's lots of evidence to support it, lots of data to support our cause, that this is an undermining and a targeting of children.
They have their right to have their voices heard. I think they're wrong. I think they're incredibly misled about what it means to be a queer or trans person and how that affects our interactions with people of all demographics, but especially children they're concerned about.
Freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, and freedom of mobility. So we're here to exercise that and let people know you can be a sinner. We're all sinners. For all a sinner comes short of the glory of God. I'm a sinner. But I don't parade my sin.
Love, 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 love.
We'll have more on this story coming up. Sault Ste. Marie Police Services investigated a motor vehicle collision involving a pedestrian at around 11:50 p.m. on July 18th in the 300 block of Great Northern Road. Police say a pedestrian attempting to cross Great Northern Road was struck by a motor vehicle and has sustained life-threatening physical injuries. The person was transported to hospital. The driver of the vehicle did not sustain physical injuries. Police are not releasing the identities of those involved or if any charges were laid. After making significant progress on critical in-ground work at the Powerhouse building at the Sault Ste. Marie Canal National Historic Site, Parks Canada would like to advise that the recreational lock will be reopening on July 29, 2024. This important work, aimed at stabilizing the foundation of the historic Powerhouse building, addresses the challenges posed by groundwater intrusion. While fluctuating water levels during the recreational lock's operation have been a factor, effective measures have been taken to mitigate these impacts within the construction area. The new lock project in Sault, Michigan is a highly anticipated and crucial infrastructure undertaking that aims to modernize and upgrade the aging lock system that facilitates the passage of ships and cargo through the St. Mary's River, a vital shipping canal connecting Lake Superior to the lower Great Lakes. According to the latest updates from officials with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Detroit District, which is overseeing the mega project, the new lock is slated for completion and opening to commercial shipping traffic by the year 2030. But this timeline is contingent on the federal government providing a steady and reliable flow of funding to keep the complex multi-year construction efforts on track. The new, larger lock will safeguard the uninterrupted flow of commercial shipping through the Great Lakes system for decades to come, but only if the necessary federal appropriations continue to be approved in a timely manner to keep this massive engineering undertaking on schedule. We have more coming up, but first, let's take a look at the weather for the coming week.
The First Local Weekly Report is made possible with the support of these community-minded sponsors. Arch, the Algoma Residential Community Hospice, 229 4th Line West. Canadian Tire, made for life in Canada, 200 McNabb Street, Sault Ste. Marie. Terry Sheehan, Sault Ste. Marie MP, working for you.
Welcome back. If you like visiting the Bellevue Marina, you may notice some construction is going on. Contractors will be at Bellevue Marina to install a new mobility tower in the northeast corner of the marina's parking lot. The project will include trenching work extending from the parking lot to Lower Pine Street to connect essential services. To ensure public safety during this phase, access points to the parking lot will be temporarily blocked off in stages as needed. Visitors are encouraged to use alternate access routes to reach the boat launch, kayak launch, and parking areas. Please be cautious on the area and follow posted signage while construction is ongoing. The on-again, off-again project of the former Lakeway School on Wellington Street East seems to be on again. The long-awaited addition of residential apartments to former Lakeway and then St. Mary's School at 130 Wellington Street East appears poised to finally become a reality. The owner of the historic structure, Feroz Varani of Richmond Hill, Ontario, has obtained a substantial $15 million building permit to commence the conversion of 2 sections of the 103-year-old former school into much-needed new housing units. Now, under Varani's ambitious redevelopment plans, the aging structure will be breathed new life, with the $50 million permit calling for the creation of a total of 59 brand new residential apartment spreads across the building. As we told you earlier in the newscast, Sioux Pride has had to deal with ongoing protests from a small group of evangelical protesters. First Local talked to both sides as the Sioux Pride Fest was getting underway.
The primary concern that we're here for today is not with what adults do with adults. Nothing that we have here, look at our signage, has anything to do with adults. It's got to do with the protection of children and the grooming of children.
They say we're grooming them.
Yeah, exactly.
And really, I mean, what that comes out of is essentially drag story time. But what is more childlike than playing dress up and reading stories?
This is parading sin. And God's love is great, but parading sin is not one thing that God is inclined to support. Sodom and Gomorrah is a good example. We're here to protect kids and to spare people of the proliferation of sin and glorifying sin, stealing the rainbow from God, glorifying sin, and targeting children. That's our main concern. That's what these signs reflect. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. But you got to have the Son. He that hath the Son hath life, and he that hath not the Son of God hath not life. These things have I written unto you that believe on the name of the Son of God, that you may know that you have eternal life, and that you may believe on the name of the Son of God. They got to know. We come here to tell them about him, how to escape the grips of sin. And that's our main messages. Keep your hands off the kids. Stop stealing God's rainbow. Stop promoting something that God takes exception to. And let's get back with God, putting God back into our schools. Let's put God back into the library. Let them read to kids. And let's bring some sanity back on the books.
And that's all it is. The stories are pro-social in their approach. They emphasize positive behaviors like kindness and sharing. Things that I'm sure we can agree on.
So do you have a problem with there being a Pride Week in Sault Ste. Marie?
You know what? If you give the same reverence to the veterans, I wouldn't have a problem. Well, what do we have in Sault Ste. Marie? We have the Memorial Gardens founded upon the sacrifice of our veterans who gave their life. And what happened? We tore it down. Instead of having the Memorial Gardens, we have replaced it with a garbage facility. Now, to me, that's demeaning. It is disrespectful. And that's just one story. Here's another story. You can believe what you want. We're not here to challenge what adults believe. We're here to challenge what you do to our kids.
We have more coming up right after this.
Thank you again for meeting us here at Sue's Carday Cat Cafe. Again, I am DJ, and today I have Midnight. Midnight is a 3-month-old sweet girl. She is not yet fixed. She will be spayed when she becomes 5 to 6 months old. She is here with 3 of her siblings, really loves to be close to people, loves to be held, loves to play with people. She is full of energy. She has a little white tip on her tail. I usually call her Bobby Ross. If you're interested in meeting up here with Midnight, you can come have a visit here at the Cat Cafe, and we have paperwork that you can fill out. All of these cats, as you're aware, they are all owned by TAG. We are a foster facility for them. They are fully adoptable and looking for their forever home. We hope that you can be a forever home for her or any of the other cats here in the room today.
And that will do it for us tonight. Don't forget to check out firstlocalnews.com for all of your breaking local stories 7 days a week. I'm Colette Linden, and for all of us at First Local News, have a great week.